Crazy horse saddled up tonight. Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 hey. Crazy horse saddled up tonight. Chrome horseshoes and a crooked grin. Alice of the Hole leads the show. Said, go on, let's jump right in. We don't need the rabbit, baby. Turn the page, turn the page. Every sign says, follow me. Underground got a party now. And everybody's on the screen. Down the hole, down the hole. Crazy horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole, down the hole. Top has got teeth, but we still roll. Sky's the limit when you're down the hole. We don't care. 2 feet in, let's go. Check tinfoil theories really go deep. Black helicopters in the rain. Every stranger says, I've seen it. Every answer, conspiracy's the same. Alice keeps her cards up high. Our friends keep the chat alive. We laugh when the topics spiral, cause the weird ones help us drive. Turn the page, turn the page. Every sign says, follow me. Underground got a party now. And everybody's on the screen. Crazy horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole, down the hole. Top has got teeth, but we still roll. Sky's the limit when you're down the hole. We don't care. Giddy up on with the show. Maybe the mirror knows our names. Maybe the maze is built to change. Alice smiles. You ready? Crazy horse says, let's go deep. Let's get crazy in the fast lane. Add a little bit of barracuda to the vibe. Yeah, at first no map, just vibes in the void. Rabbit clock broke, now we killing the noise. Chat go wild, every theory deployed. Truth in the chaos, yeah, we came to destroy. Cards on the table, but the deck feel cursed. Laugh in the dark while the timelines burst. Alice got secrets in the sideways verse. Crazy horse riding like that cold reverse. Spin that wheel, let the madness choose. Tinfoil crown, but we never lose. Underground kings with the rebel grooves. If the sky falls down, we just change the view. Hear a talk back, say you're one of us. Knees got teeth, but it's never enough. Dive so deep, now the pressure's trust. Down the hole, nah. We became the dust. Down the hole, down the hole. Crazy horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole, down the hole. Top has got teeth, but we still roll. Sky's the limit when you're down the hole. We don't care. 2 feet in, let's go. Down the hole, down the hole. Crazy horse will take control. Jump in with Alice. Down we go. Forget the rabbit, down we go.
Evening, everyone, my heathens and honeys, and welcome to Off the Cuff with Alice, episode 9. We had such a blast on Happy Hour talking about all things 90, and there were so many holes to go down. I figured tonight we would talk about just one hole, and that would be 90s movies. So please throw on your rollerblades, grab your Blockbuster cards, and if you were me in the 90s, I needed to not forget to feed my Tamagotchi because we are too legit to quit talking about the 90s and 90s movies. So I want to introduce you to my panel who looks dead sexy, dripping in gold in them parachute pants. So first, I'd like to introduce my number one button pusher, Crazy Horse.
Hey, y'all.
Next, we got KJ Cowboy Dan, our resident music man.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. I hope you're having a good time tonight because we are going to be taking it back to the 90s. Yeah.
Such a good decade.
It is. And last but not least, our one and only a Reaper, Casey of Casey's Creepy Creations.
Hello, Alice.
Hello.
I just want to say I don't know about the dead sexy part, but I will take the dead part.
Sorry, I didn't do my good fat bastard impression. I apologize.
I get you, but that's an art form. I understand. You know?
I do
No,
that.
I got to say, I do agree with Alice. You got that dead, sexy sound of feel to you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. When the time comes, I'll make sure it's quick and very painless.
I love it.
As long as you bring me a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Hey, no problem. They were good enough for Randy. They're good enough for me, and they're good enough for you.
So first, let me go ahead and just say hi to our chat really, really fast. We've got Jamie Lynn Simmons saying yo, yo.
Yo, yeah.
Randy, how's it going?
Hey.
We've got Crazy doing double duty on the panel in the chat. Oh, triple duty and pushing buttons. He says evening,
Crazy.
everyone.
He's got 3 times the duty.
Oh, where's it? Where's Tim? Because the duty was said. Tim's usually the one that picks up on all the duties words.
Well,
And we've got
he's a horse after all.
This is true. And I got one in the house and one that tries to come in the house. So that's another hot mess. And then we've got our KJ Cowboy Dan also doing double duty tonight.
I got 2 spots on the shelf. All right.
You do, and we got to make sure it's nice and polished. I did clean it up before, I dusted around the spot, made sure the plants looked good. And we have our very own Swollen Salad saying, yo.
He's rocking out the security in the house tonight. Give it up for our security guard, Swollen. He's all swole, yeah.
You be watching.
He'd be watching. So, guys, it was so awesome talking about everything 90s the other night. And 90s music plays 90s movies play such a big part in the 90s. For you guys, can I ask, which genre do you feel kind of stuck out for you the most in what was prominent in the 90s? Dan?
Oh, well, we're talking about the 90s. So, I mean, the 90s were like a generation of rebellion. We really were like sticking it to like society in the 90s. We didn't want to dress up. We wanted our atmospheric feel. As last time we talked about the 90s, we brought up shows like Empire Records. It was all about the music and kind of just like saying, hey, you know what? Screw your music. We got our own soundtrack. And we talked about, the horror genre where we stepped away from the campy B-rate and we put our storylines deeper into context where so it really can go all around. The way we defined the 90s for me was all about that skater rebellion and being a teenager trying to figure out what the world was at that point in time. So
Yeah.
you had the thought process of pretty much coming of age, which was a major topic for 90s movies, especially when you're talking about young adult film. And the coming of age genre was really big.
And it was weird because, when I was thinking about it, in case I want to get hear what you have to say on it too. Was I didn't realize from the comedy to the horror to the way the movies were even shot and written, how much it even impacts like what I watch now and what I'm drawn to now. But we can get into that. Casey, what do you think was the it genre for the
Well,
90s?
Honestly, I know you would expect me to say horror, and that is a really big part of what impacted me, not only in the 90s, but throughout my entire life. But I was also a really big music person. So the 90s for me was, you know, when I wasn't shrieking watching Saw, I, I was sitting there.
So you had the ability for time travel because Saw was more of a started off in the early 2000s.
I'm sorry. I thought it was earlier than that. My apologies.
It's all right. It's all right. I too have the ability to time travel.
Well, yeah, but the thing, well, yeah, I do because when you're death makes you sort of dimensional, so you can go anywhere you need to go.
You know, when it came down to horror, though, of the 90s, you might remember a remake called House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, that was a good one. And if I remember correctly, didn't they also do how I forget whether that was in the 80s or 90s, but like things like House of Wax, they did the
Yes, there was a remake of House of Wax back in the 90s as well. They also did a remake in the early 2000s. The original version of House of Wax came out in the 70s.
Yeah, I remember that, yes.
Yeah, we actually covered that when we were talking about some of the 80s and 70s and 80s television shows the other night as well.
Yeah, House on Haunted Hill was one of my good favorites too back then. That one was really good.
But do we now, because we're on the topic of horror for the moment, do we consider Blair Witch Project because it made such a stink? Because I actually can remember which theater I was in when I saw it, and it was this total new avant-garde look on horror.
Right. It was a college kid film that made it to the Project Greenlight, which was Paramount's way of trying to get new content out there. They started this thing called Project Greenlight, where they were taking films that weren't good enough to make it to Sundance, and they wanted to get college students out there making movies. And these college kids just came up with this idea based off of an urban legend. And they said, why don't we make a found footage film? And they actually took that and created a genre. Four college kids created a genre of horror that didn't exist previously, other than an urban legend. And it was so popular that not only did it win the Project Greenlight, where they were able to get like budgetary assistance for a potential new movie, but they actually found a place, a production company that would take it and bring it to the next level. And what they did was they gave them a publisher who published it and brought it to theaters, and the most incredible marketing where they actually psyoped people to believe that it was a real found footage film.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I think there were a lot of people fooled.
You know what? I'll be honest. I watched the movie. I remember Carbondale at one point had a real old school, you know, 30s.
Oh, I love that, Casey. Oh, I can see it in my head.
And it's like that was one of the last movies they showed before they shut it down and turned it into a community theater. So I remember I was in this big, like really grand, ornate movie theater and I was watching this movie and I'm the only one in there. and I gotta say, the first Blair Witch was actually pretty good. I mean, they
Mm.
got it for the most part right. I wasn't a big fan of the sequel, but I will say that the thing that really stood out more to me than the actual film itself was the marketing,
Well,
because
see, the thing about the sequel, right, is that the sequel, the concept was everybody who they didn't bring back the college kids to make it. And by that point in time, see, this is one of those big situations where, and we talked about it the other night on my show with King and the gang, where a lot of IP holders or creators of an IP actually kind of like lose out because you end up having a situation where you end up signing over your content. Now, see, and but beginning film producers have to do this. They lose out on their content,
Mm.
and it's if you want to publish something, you want to get your foot in the door, you have to make something, and then from there you sell it. And unfortunately, and a lot of people who took part in Project Greenlight and these small time releases that make it to Sundance and these other festivals that actually get picked up, they kind of con you into losing your product to a certain degree.
Mm.
Well, and I know. Oh, go ahead, Case.
I was going to say, I mean, I know you could see that a lot of what made that movie as special as it was gone after the first one.
Mm-hmm. It was.
But then I think it really changed our being that young or being 13 when it came out. It really gave me a whole new perception on the way movies were made, and it kind of brought the feel of almost a YouTube feel, not knowing what YouTube was, or people being able to go out and make their own. And I think for me, it was the first time that it was like the average person could make a film.
Well, if you think about it, back in the 80s, right, when if our parents were lucky enough to get a video cassette recording unit that had a camera attachment, they were like huge. They had to sit on your shoulder. They were heavy as crap. We had one. And I remember me and my sister were making skits back in the early 90s with it, and it was hard to even handle. So my stepdad, he was worried that we were going to break it. So he ended up getting a tripod for it, and it was heavy duty in comparison to the tripods that you get nowadays for a camcorder. Camcorder. People are like, what's a camcorder?
Yeah.
Go to the 90s. You'll know what a camcorder is. It's the equivalent of your cell phone's camera.
Yeah, your tripod weighed like what, 5 to 7 pounds.
Oh, this thing was like heavy duty. It was like 15 pounds. Because
Yeah.
Think
They were
about this VHS over the shoulder video camera was had to have weighed about 25 pounds on its own. I mean, they were huge. It was
You could actually fit a full VHS in the thing.
Yeah, you can fit a whole VHS in the machine. It was like now the one that they showed on Back to the Future, that was like a compact model JVC, and you would have been really rich. Marty's family was rich because he was able to afford that camcorder.
Which is kind of perplexing considering they always kind of
because I think we had
were average or
had a
poor.
Panasonic.
Yeah. So like that's what ours was too, but it was huge.
Yeah.
But we got ours like early 90s, probably like 92 ish.
I'll tell you what. Like I may have said before, during that time, my parents owned an electronics business, so they brought home all this stuff. So when they saw that my uncle had the Betamax and the camera, Well, they just had to have one, so they went out and did the VHS and the camera. And I remember my dad taking the camera out of the box, and they had like the shoulder strap that you could
Oh.
hold, theoretically hold this thing with. And my dad, who was a big guy, when he put the shoulder strap on, the whole side of his body that he was holding the camera on, it all sagged.
Yeah.
It was like going from my dad to Igor. So
I got a really quick funny story about old VHS tapes and finding stuff. So Dad, not everybody in the chat knows, but a lot of people on the panel know that my dad loves to give us stuff and
boy.
things.
Oh God.
And tomorrow we are probably going to go get more stuffs and things from Dad. But Dad gave me a old video camera when I was probably around the age of 17 or so. And it had the littler tapes. So not the big full VHS, but, the little halfy tapes. And I played back what was on the last tape. Yes. And it was my dear sweet stepmama flashing the camera. So
It could have been worse.
Oh, it could have been much worse. But that was my first experience of you never know what you might find on videotapes from back in the day. And you might want to viewer beware kind of thing. But yeah. So Case, you said that you weren't going to say horror. So what were you going to say?
Well, like I said, I wasn't really. I know my thing was my denouement, if you will, is kind of horror. But honestly, for me, it was the music of the '90s that was so impactful. Because when I wasn't okay, I'll be honest. When I was a kid, my home life sucked. Everybody who knows me here on the panel and people on the chat probably know this because they've heard me say it a lot. And you probably also heard that I had that portable disc player that my parents got me. And I used to listen to music to drown out their constant arguing.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to a lot of music. A lot. And then of course I would go and they would have the music video programs still on, like, not so much on network by then, but more on like local stations still ran with the video idea for as long as they could. So when
Were you an MTV kid?
I was, honestly, I was. And I even liked MTV in the '90s when they tried to start experimenting with some animated content. And
Beavis and Butthead. We had shows like Beavis and Butthead. We had
Daria.
I love Daria.
I liked like Eon Flux.
Eon Flux was one of them, yeah, and they also had like the Matrix done up as a cartoon later that they put on MTV for a minute. It was pretty much your Adult Swim, but they decided because music, they saw music becoming more and more readily available in the '90s. Being released to VHS cassettes, and people were buying concerts and buying these things that people needed the MTV in the '80s when it came out, right? And so like the whole concept of MTV during the '80s was like, we're gonna be like music video radio, and that was iconic. But unfortunately, with like the release of VHS cassettes and like laser discs were just becoming a thing as well, and give or take 5 or 6 years at the end of the '90s, we were going to get like the beginning of DVD, so we had access to all of this rockin' music.
And I love it because Jamie says that she watched MTV videos on her TV, and that she's also saying Daria and Ren and Stimpy, and then
Ren and
MTV
Stimpy was
Spice
a
Girls.
Ren and Stimpy's a great example of like what Nickelodeon brought to us. It was really if you think about what Ren and Stimpy put out there, it was adult content, and but they were showing it to children. It was if you go back and watch Ren and Stimpy now, and you'd be like, "Hey, I can't believe they showed us this on Nickelodeon." You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
So, Case, what was in that Walkman, that disc player?
What was in that Walkman? Well, let me tell you, I was into a lot of like heavy metal stuff, and but my musical taste went just about anywhere. Went, uh, I loved Kiss. Let me see what was in there. Judas Priest was also in there.
Nice.
Let me see, what did I have? Uh,
Did you have any Jackal in there?
yeah, had some Jackal. Had to have some Jackal. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something I did love when I got to see it on MTV, because we didn't actually have cable at my home, so I got to watch it when I went. I I got to watch MTV while I was at school at college. Was when
Okay.
I was exposed to it, and one of the things I used to love whenever I could get down to the lounge to watch it was Headbangers Ball on the weekend.
Oh,
You know, Headbangers Ball was a pretty good show. I liked it because we ended up getting some of the stuff that we missed out on once the music started changing in the '90s, and a lot of us were nostalgic for that '80s music. The '90s was a little bit abrasive for a lot of people. Like they couldn't handle. A lot of people couldn't handle grunge. A lot of people didn't like where hard rock was going, and they missed the long hair rock and roll.
Yeah.
And when we're talking long hair rock and roll, we're talking Metallica before they decided to cut their hair and go to the Load album. We're talking about these classics that were rocking the '80s, and that was what the Headbangers Ball was all about, bringing the '80s back into the '90s.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong. I had nothing wrong with Nirvana. It
I was gonna ask about Nirvana.
Yeah, I actually did like some of Nirvana, but I noticed something about it too. Grunge. Now, this is going to sound really strange from a guy that runs around with a flaming scythe and a dark cloak all the time, but when I was that age, I had a lot of trouble with the darkness involved in some grunge music. It,
Okay.
it seemed very, very dark to me, and dare I say, almost a little bit nihilistic to me at least.
Okay. I like that, Case.
So, uh, but there was stuff in the '90s that I did enjoy. Um, and, and, but I was really a hard rock person, and
Yeah.
I even enjoyed some of the hard rock from the '90s.
Right. The hard rock from the '90s was a different feel, and we have to look at the grunge generation of the '90s. So during the '90s, we wanted, like I said, we were a little bit more rebellious in a sense. We weren't feeling like having long, pretty boy hair, and we didn't want to wear makeup. We wanted our flannels and we wanted our Janko jeans, and we were skaters, we were punkers, but punkers in the sense of like we weren't rocking out the mohawks like they were in the '80s. We were rocking a different type of mullet. I mean, we weren't
Oh,
partying in the back
mullet
douchebag all around. We had the Kurt Cobain long hair. We wanted to be able to, when we went to a mosh pit and we were doing some head banging, we wanted to have our hair just fly evenly. you know I'm sorry. I lost my voice. I was up
No,
all
I
night last night.
feel like you were going. I feel like you were reliving few moments.
Yeah, I'm losing my voice today. So if I
It's
have
okay.
that slightly Wolfman Jack kind of feel to my voice, it's because I was up until 4:30 in the morning talking to a good friend of mine after our show. So I kind of like have that Wolfman Jack kind of
It's
sound. in my
okay.
voice.
Rock it. We love your radio voice.
Yeah,
And
actually,
This is just my lost my voice. But hey, Wolfman Jack here. Oh, yeah.
and
I
we
want you
have
guys to recognize Theta.
How y'all doing? And I notice Alice is using her avatar that
I love her. She's
isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
she's so awesome.
Oh, she
How are
was
y'all
so
doing?
excited.
We're doing great. We just we had started on 90s movies, and we kind of segued into 90s music.
Oh,
Really.
Well, we're talking
can
about
can we back to
MTV.
the 90s movies real quick? Because there's this movie Airborne.
Wait, Airborne?
Airborne
Really?
with Shane McDermott. It was one of Jack Black's first movies.
Oh,
It has Seth Green in it. It's about a surfer dude that their parents go to Alaska to study something or other, and he can't miss that much school, so he has to go stay with his cousin Wiley, which is played by Seth Green.
what's up,
and-
Brain Chatter? Brain Chatter just joined us.
What's up? How you doing? And
And there's Kevin.
and basically it's like he has to get used to like the snow and stuff, and that it's a really cool it's a really good movie, but it's I just watched it the other day again, so it was on my mind. So
No, I love it.
When you started to bring that one up, which I hadn't heard of that one, since we were just talking about all the rock and stuff, it made me think of the movie Airheads, where I think they took over.
Definitely
I've
Brendan
been trying to find
Fraser,
that
Brendan
Show
Fraser, Adam Sandler, and I think Chris Farley was the cop in that.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find.
Steve Buscemi was also It was basically like all the people that was in Coneheads was in that movie except Brendan Fraser.
Oh, and Coneheads was on my list of movies.
Yeah, she has a nice long list.
Well, I wanted to make sure I kept it rolling. I didn't think we could cover both 90s movies and music.
I could go on and on about 90s movies. Biodome and
Oh, I forgot about Biodome.
Oh, and
Everything Pauly Shore from the 90s really got my my boat rocking. That was before Pauly Shore just like kind of lost it. You know,
what was the first one that he Son-in-Law?
Before that, Pauly Shore was in Encino Man. Son-in-Law made a reference to Encino Man, though. During the college sequences.
So I have them switched. Okay,
yeah, pretty much. But Pauly Shore did a few other things smaller than that in the 90s that he was lesser known for. But he was definitely
Buddy.
he was definitely one of those that were of the nepotism generation where we
saw.
His mother, Dinah Shore.
She was the owner of the comedy store.
The comedy store. I used to go down there all the time when they had open mic nights, and I used to think I was.
And
funny.
now he runs it.
Now he runs it. Yeah, they used to do an open mic there. So when I lived in LA, I went there all the time. I used to think I was funny, but turned out I was only funny looking.
Join the club.
Yeah, I can't even say I'm funny looking. I can't even see myself to know.
So the question that I had asked everybody before you hopped on was which genre in the 90s of movies do you think kind of either set the tone for the 90s or kind of excelled? Like whether it be comedy excelled or
I would definitely say comedies.
Yes.
Comedies definitely took over in the 90s. It was because back then, you had SNL, making fun of, you can make fun of whatever you wanted. There was Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Before
I know
Saturday
those-
Night Live went.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just had so many, and even if they weren't good movies like Biodome or there was some nostalgia there, and there was just always there was always a comedy. And Brain Candy, which is a Kids in the Hall movie. I don't know if
I
y'all
don't remember that one.
seen
What was
that?
that one about?
Well, Brain Candy, Kids in the Hall is a Canadian Saturday Night Live group.
Yeah, they were a skit troupe.
Yes, Lauren Michaels, the creator of Saturday Night Live, also created Kids in the Hall, which is in Canada, and they ended up they're still together. I got to see them live. It was awesome. They were like my heroes in comedy, but they did. I would highly recommend going and watching some of their skits online. They're so funny. They're so out. It's so funny to watch the different types of comedy all over the world. Like you have the British dry comedy.
Oh, it's so dry.
Yeah, and Canada, Canadian comedy is kind of like an in between. It's kind of in between American honestly,
it can
it's
be
more
dry.
abstract.
It
It's more
can be.
abstract.
It is much more abstract. It's like if you were to take British comedy and put Americanisms in it.
All right, and Jamie's got to be hysterical because she's still stuck on SNL, and I love her for that one. And she says, and Brittany showed her breasts on SNL. Somebody in our chat's a little spicy. All right, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, go talking about Canadian
I know I
comedy.
said boobs. I know, guys.
They were very much.
Yeah,
so,
we were distracted
dry,
with boobs.
but
Sorry.
It was like if the best example for people who aren't familiar with that breed of Canadian comedy that they put out back in the 90s. I mean, it was different than what we had when John Candy and
Steve Martin and
well, I was thinking about SCTV when John Candy and Rick Moranis were doing SCTV.
Gotcha.
It was a different kind of humor. Like if you were to take like the Canadian humor of the 90s, take American humor from the 80s and merge it with a very dry humor of Britain of the 70s, and then you kind of had what the 90s Canadian humor was, and it was.
Jamie says yes, but SNL tried to spell a cuss word, which is kind of funny.
And there was a big difference between SNL and Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, yeah.
Big difference. Like SNL would, closer to Kids in the Hall. Even then, it didn't really hit. But SNL really hit more along the lines of the SCTV kind of skit humor, where we had the. But even then, more Mad TV hit closer to the SCTV kind of Canadian humor.
So is it the chick? So I feel like we have a chick. My question is do we have a chicken before the egg kind of thing? Whose comedy do you think in the 90s influenced who? Did American comedy influence the rest of the world? Or were there...
Well, that's a very debatable concept, right? When you're looking at British comedy, Britain was really big in the 60s, 70s, and 80s with their sexual revolution. So they kind of moved into kind of like the more Benny Hill-y stuff, which kind of inspired a lot of the stuff that you see on the Hee Haw Show and what you saw on in the 70s with Goldie Hawn got her start on it. What was that skit show?
Laughing.
Thank you.
Casey. Casey got it. Go
You know,
deep.
so like Britain inspired like kind of like the sexualized movement of humor, while the United States put the in your face, we're gonna be rude, we're gonna be crude, and we're gonna take that to the next level, as you saw with like a lot of the humor that was being put across via Fox Entertainment back in the
And
80s.
when you say that, like the first thing about crude humor is like I go to like an Austin Powers kind of thing.
Right.
know,
Well,
then you
Austin
have that
Powers
big
hitting that
American
19
Pie
late
Well, yeah,
90s.
American Pie.
American Pie, early 2000s.
Mhm.
We got DJ Play Nice hanging out in the chat. How you doing, DJ
DJ?
Play Nice? Yeah.
What's up, Play Nice? How you doing,
I
man?
know, man.
Was
Sorry
American
about my
Pie,
voice,
was that in the
DJ.
90s or was that 2000s?
What's that?
Nope. It was
I thought it
in.
was in the 90s.
Wait a second. Let me.
What are you looking at?
American Pie was that in the early
I think
2000s?
that was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Nope. American Pie. I have starred, which means it was in the 90s.
Maybe the sequels were in the early 2000s.
But Eugene Levy, come on now.
I do.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check that.
Eugene Levy was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the
Okay,
Yes.
1999. Okay, so it
Yeah,
was released fall of 1999. Just barely on the cusp. I would put that in the 2000s category, just because fall of 99, you have 2 months, maybe 3 months max.
Yeah, 'cause then I thought they then in the 2000s.
Sounds
I
is
thought they
90s.
rolled
The
out,
initial
like,
release before it was
Mile.
pulled from cinemas was July 99. So you have 6 months. Okay, you know, it hits that 90s. It hits that 90s. Released twice in theaters. The unedited original cut was July 9th, 1999. And then they took it out of theaters and re-released it in the theaters in November of 99 after making a few cuts due to parental complaints.
Oh, now I do remember it was a bit of a hot topic back in the
Mhm.
day.
All I know is for years after that, I could never look at dessert quite the same way.
I don't think anybody had. I don't think anybody could, and I don't think Did we not have the flute come up in that one?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one time in band camp.
Yeah.
I mean, and I use that reference more than I should at work. So.
Yeah, then you had the ones like Naked Mile and all those other ones that came out.
Euro Trip.
Eurotrip was such a good
Eurotrip,
movie.
yeah. Eurotrip was part of the National Lampoons franchise, I believe.
Yep.
Which a lot of people, when they think National Lampoons, they're just thinking about Chevy Chase. But the fact of the matter is, Chevy Chase helped create a comedy troupe called the National Lampoons, and that was. And when they started doing movies together, technically,
Didn't it start out as a magazine?
It started out as a magazine, yeah.
Yeah.
And they put a comedy troupe together, thanks to Chevy Chase and a few other people. But they ended up they made movies, Animal House, which is part of that.
Oh yeah.
Stripes, I think.
Stripes. I don't know if Stripes was part of the National Lampoon's catalog.
No.
But Animal House was part of the National Lampoon's catalog.
I just have to give DJ Plainus a shout out for his last quote because he says, "No matter where you go, there you are."
Yeah.
I
Buckaroo
love it. Thanks,
Banzai.
DJ.
But we did get a lot from them. I believe what was Ryan Reynolds did a college series of college.
Oh yeah, Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. Now those take place within the same universe as the National Lampoons stuff.
That's right.
They're part of the National Lampoons, and they take place in the same college as Animal House.
Mhm.
Yeah, because didn't Eugene Levy have a big part in all that whole from
He probably
American
did.
Pie to the Lampoon ones?
Well, he was part of Second City, and he might have been part of National Lampoons as well.
I think it was part of National Lampoons. Definitely he helped. See, Eugene Levy did a lot of production work and also a lot of writing work. When they needed like help with writing a script, Eugene Levy was there. When they
Oh,
needed-
and DJ says Farber College.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Farber
Yeah.
College. Yep.
Yeah, it was. It's set in the same universe
Yeah.
with them, and
Slave DJ, slave green cheddar.
also there was a couple of sorority shows that are set in the same world for the National Lampoons as well, where it has like this kind of like Animal House. They were kind of like Animal House ripoffs, but they were from a sorority aspect. They were pretty good. They were pretty good.
You gotta have some girly representation, and I think that the girlies had just as much fun as Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I need to ask the panel the question because
Oh, okay.
Brain Shatter says, "What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?" He doesn't think we know this. Y'all know.
An American.
Well, it just depends. Is it a African swallow or American swallow?
Or,
I don't know.
or do you want the European swallow?
Or yeah.
All right. That's funny. That's a good quote, by the way. Good movie reference.
Yeah.
So National Lampoon's movie catalog is actually
African
pretty
European.
huge. So we
We're
have.
trying.
Let me know if you. We're gonna play a game of Have you seen it?
Oh, wait, hang on, because DJ says my dad got the National Lampoon's magazine in the 70s. He also bought Mad magazine and sometimes Cracked.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, do you know how much those would be worth if they were in good condition right now?
God.
Hell yeah, DJ. He's my DJ. I got lots of DJs. We gotta get it.
Let's play a game of Have you watched it?
Okay.
Okay, we're going to leave out the obvious ones that we've already communicated about. We're going to leave out the Van Wilder movies, and we're going to leave out the vacation movies,
Okay.
and we're going to leave out Animal House because we've already mentioned them. But here is some movies that are from the National Lampoon's franchise that are set in the same world. National Lampoon's Last Resort.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have seen this.
Corey Feldman. And
What?
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. That was one of the many movies that they did together. That is in the same world as.
Huh.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yes. National Lampoon's Last Resort, starring Corey Feldman, co-starring Corey Haim. We
Oh
have
wow.
Dirty
I know, I
Movie.
feel like they'd have put that on my list.
We have Dirty Movie. That's a 2000s movie, but it was 2011 that Dirty Movie came out.
I don't think I've seen
Oh,
that.
DJ Play Nice.
I never heard of that one.
Okay. Wait, I'm pushing a button. DJ Play Nice says Class Reunion.
Class Reunion is one. Yes, indeed.
Loaded Weapon 1.
Loaded Weapon 1. Now that is based off of one of the National Lampoon parodies that they did in the magazines.
Yeah.
Okay, and we got Movie Madness.
Movie Madness. Now,
I'm gonna be on. Okay, so DJ Play Nice is gonna play on my team because I love him and he's got the answers.
Movie Madness was a 1982 National Lampoon movie.
Oh yeah, Class Reunion. That's right.
Directed by Bob Garagi.
Oh.
Oh,
And
okay.
Starred
I like
starred
Thanks.
Peter Riggert, Diane Lane, and Christopher Lloyd.
Oh,
okay.
All
very
right.
nice.
Have you seen Senior Trip?
I
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
1995. Great
Yes.
movie.
Okay, wait,
Classic.
which one, what was
Yes.
that one about? Maybe I saw it and I can't remember the.
Senior Trip. All right.
They-
So
Yeah. It's some stoners that they go on a class trip to the president. I believe it's the president to speak for the country. For
Jeremy Reiner was it was one of his first movies.
that's right. He was the main character, wasn't
Jeremy
he?
Reiner was the first movie, and Jeremy Reiner to embrace his rival,
Hawkeye.
embarrass his rival. He wanted to embarrass his rival. A scheming senior played by Lawrence Dane uses
he had the curly hair.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he was the pot, like the quintessential pothead of the group.
Right. Well, they
Yeah.
go to Washington for their school trip, pretty much, and that was the concept. But it was one of the first movies where you're going to see Jeremy Renner. Classic 1995 film.
It's so weird that
Lampoon's
yeah,
catalog.
yeah.
We had let's see, we had National Lampoon's Pledge, The Pledge, or Pledge This. It was one of those sorority sister movies that takes place at the same college once again as Van Wilder and Animal House.
Farber.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Okay, wait. All right, we got to add our King style
King.
here. And then DJ Play Nice says Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anthony
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
did
Ketis.
did Blackie Damn It was in class reunion. So
Yes.
bad, it's
Mhm.
good. Okay, now I need to see this. I feel
What's
that I
going
must
on, people?
be educated.
Hey, King Style, how you doing?
What's up, King?
I'm red, okay, to use a word from the 1990s.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
I love
though-
it. Thank you, King.
Even though technically speaking, even though I was born in the 90s, I think red was kind of past.
Yeah,
my-
rad was an 80s word. You would have had to
It
go and
is.
add a little valley to it. You
It
would have
is.
been totally rad. Yeah.
Well, it was used in the early 90s and then it phased out by
Mhm.
95 ish.
But then you always had as if. Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
Clueless.
Total
Yeah,
valley. So with I believe DJ Play Nice or somebody in chat mentioned Dorm Days, which is also part of the National Lampoons, but that hits 2003. Now, Totally Baked, which was
That's a good movie.
also a good movie, 2000s, although not 90s, but in the National Lampoon's catalog.
Santa,
Wait,
are
does it
you
have
right-
baked?
are you right,
Is that
Eastel?
99?
That was 2007, Totally Baked.
What's that, Casey?
Are you writing these down for future cosmic?
No.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. I meant Half Baked, which is the Dave Chappelle movie.
That was a Dave
okay.
Chappelle. That was one of the Dave Chappelle movies. That was 1990s and a very good 1990s thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, the
there's
DJ wanted to know, was that direct to video? And he says he doesn't remember it. Which one again, DJ?
Totally Baked. I believe it was direct to video. I can't
Okay.
remember.
Since we did bring up half bakes, I gotta play this.
All right, play your.
Still waiting on that heifer, Julio. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
That's classic.
Yeah.
That's classic. So I'm going to bring up the last National Lampoons one because if you enjoyed National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon, and do you think that we need to have a National Lampoons on Theta's movie night? A National Lampoons movie from 2008, which is a hilarious film. It's called RoboDoc. It is a parody.
RoboDoc?
It is one of the National Lampoon parody movies.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
Yeah. It's,
When did it come out?
2008.
Okay.
It bombed.
Yeah, I
Literally.
would imagine because
It
it's so
bombed.
like I don't know, past RoboCop era that I could
Yeah.
see why.
Oh, they even ripped off the logo for it and everything. It was definitely one of the quintessential of the parody movies that the National Lampoons did. Not as good as National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon, but you know,
Which was probably the last National Lampoon's movie I saw. I think I probably saw it in theaters.
but we can go on and on for a whole show just talking about the National Lampoon product. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna yield the floor. But that was a fun little game to have you seen it.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm
My-
wondering what other.
There's so many different comedy from the 90s. Like we were talking
Say,
about.
what comes to
Tommy
your-
Boy. Tommy
Well,
Boy.
Oh,
Yeah, Tom. Yep, Tommy Boy. That's and Black Sheep
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Black Sheep.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Those
even.
Chris Farley movies. I mean, just saying, when we had pretty much David Spade and Chris Farley making movies together, that was the quintessential 90s humor that a lot of people remember,
Yep.
as things. And it was really sad because we had Chris Farley, like we loved Chris Farley in SNL. We loved him in these movies. And we knew he had a John Candy issue, like overweight, addicted to drugs, and pretty much when it came down to self-deprecating humor, it was about falling down. Now, from what I understand, I watched a documentary about.
I did. I think I watched the same documentary.
The falling down thing became a running gag because he actually was so high on stage that he would literally fall down and
Yeah.
ruin the scenes.
Oh yeah,
they-
definitely. He would fall down like the Matt Foley scenes, the one where he fell on that table. Contrary to popular belief, that was planned on his part and the prop department part. The actors on the skit didn't know about it.
That's why they reacted the way they
Yeah,
did.
so
'cause
because
they didn't-
there was a stunt table. Like, come on,
Right.
like
They eventually started doing that as a stunt because it became regular for him. But like when he was on SNL and before it was like planned, he was actually falling down stoned, and it became part of the humor.
Well,
and
it started
to
at Second City too. Like he started when he got accepted in what was it, Second City? I know I think it was Second
I
City.
think it was Bob Odenkirk
Oh,
that did the
and
Matt
DJ
Foley
said
character
Farley
first.
was a good study of John Belushi, but Belushi
Yeah.
was the OG.
Yeah, I mean they both had their talents. They were definitely on the same track. Farley was more like falling down, self-deprecating. Belushi was more just the quintessential like jock. I mean, not jock, but like bully. That's not the right word. either.
no, it was dumbass.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but if you were to say Chris Farley was a merger between two actors, it would be John Candy and John Belushi.
And Belushi, yeah.
Yeah,
see-
because John Candy was more lovable. Like that's the thing. Belushi, I don't know. He just comes off as a dick compared to
Yeah.
like Farley.
Yeah.
You can hang out with Farley as a friend. With Belushi, it's like, depending
Yeah.
on what day you're gonna talk to Belushi, he's gonna be your like acquaintance. He's not gonna be your friend.
Yeah, the
And I think that's
documentary
like-
that I saw about Farley, everybody loved Farley behind the scenes. Like there was not one person that had a bad thing to say about him, except for his drug use and stuff.
Well, and I
All
think
right.
Yeah,
that's
and
So
his,
since
and
we're
his drug
talk-
dealer too. Don't
Since we're
forget that.
talking
I'm sorry,
about
I'm
Chris
joking.
Farley, what music video did Chris Farley have an appearance in?
Oh,
1993. What music video?
It was Wayne's World.
No,
No,
it wasn't. It was a music video by
Like-
an
like-
actual band.
and it wasn't for a soundtrack.
It was a music video for an actual band.
Well, why we ponder
I
that?
had no idea then.
why we ponder that. DJ
I-
Play Night says Candy was the SCTV side. Belushi was the SNL side.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Facts. All right. So I'm going to give you a hint. 1993. There was an album by a group. Now the group is associated with the color of food and some heat.
Red
Named
Hot
after-
Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. So Chris Farley was originally in the Soul to Squeeze video. He played the it was the carnival boss in that video.
Huh. I don't think I ever saw that music video.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I have.
Yeah, 1993. He was the carnival boss. And
When I don't know. I mean, I know this isn't a music video, but when you brought up Chris Farley in a music video, I just was thinking about Adam Sandler and him at that pool when they were looking at like when they were gay and they're like it was a gay beer that they were advertising.
They would never do that today.
I know,
They
but
would have to get actual gay comedians, which
All right,
that's hard to find these days.
And
You know?
ended up using the song the same year, and kind of counts as a soundtrack song, but not intended for it, in the Coneheads.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
Coneheads was
also had Chris Farley in it.
That was his first big role.
Yes, it was. You know,
Dating the daughter.
Yeah,
So
because he was literally a side character. He wasn't.
and
like,
and that's
supporting.
also when he worked with David Spade in that as well.
DJ Play Nice calls it out exactly. Yeah, you know, see, you got to leave it up to us DJs to be able to pull at least the music references.
Also,
No, he actually said he didn't remember that one.
Interesting fact about David Spade and Chris Farley's dynamic. When they technically, this is a 2000s thing because the movie was released in 2000, but it was in production being made in the 90s.
Okay,
right?
we'll
You know-
take it, King.
All right, now I'm just
It's a-
picturing David Spade and Chris Farley in the scene in Tommy Boy where they were getting pulled over. The bees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Technically, you know the Emperor's New Groove, right? AKA
Yeah.
Kingdom of the Sun. That was technically in development in the 90s, right? And they
Yeah.
had David Spade, and obviously Pacho is a reference to Chris Farley, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
because he's heavy set, he's goofy, but he's lovable, right? But the only difference is he's more mature and more stern because it's John Goodman playing the role.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a tribute to Chris Farley in a way.
Yeah.
They don't say it for obvious reasons because then they would have to pay his family money. But you could clearly see their the buddy cop duo dynamic, or the comedy duo dynamic was, obviously lifted from their time on SNL and their movies that they did together. I like it.
One of the things you find from troops like SNL, Kids in the Hall, and you had SCTV is that they always kind of did things together. When they got into the movie industry, they did things together. It's like when you see David Spade and Chris Farley, or John Candy and Rick Moranis, or you saw the folks from SNL of different eras. They always did movies together. The Adam Sandler movies always has the same exact cast of people, former SNL members, because
Steve Martin and John Candy and Martin Short
and Eddie Murphy. Remember, they did a movie together.
Yeah.
Right. So these troops are kind of like, if you think about high school, right? You graduate. And when you graduate, you kind of go on to the next big thing, and you kind of just bring your class with you, your friends.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened with Rob Schneider with all of Adam Sandler's movies. I mean,
right.
Adam Sandler basically was like, you're my friend. You're always going to have work. You're never going to have to want for nothing.
And that's a good thing. That's a good trait to have, because like Adam Sandler understood, like, I don't want my, because Adam Sandler grew up with parents that obviously struggled, right? So he's like, I don't want my friends or anybody that I interact with when I get famous,
exactly,
I don't want them to struggle like my parents before me. No, I want us to all be lifted together as a team. Basically,
and
like I said, Star Wars Lord of the Rings style. Go for it, Theta.
And that's why DJs that Sandler has done that consistently.
And he's done it with Norm Macdonald. He's done it with he brought up Nick Swardson. The guy that why can't I think of the guy that was the caddy for him and Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
He helped out Kevin James.
And
Wait.
and Chris Rock.
Yeah, which by the way, speaking of Kevin James,
Not that he needed it.
because this is technically the 90s, and we might as well tie it in. He didn't King of Queens, I think it aired in 99, right? It aired in 99
Somewhere around, I don't know.
or 2000. Like anyway, there was do you know that he went to high school with the pro wrestler Mick Foley? They were
Did he
legit-
really?
Yes,
I
they
think
were on
you
the
told me
wrestling
that
team.
once.
Yeah, there's a picture of them in high school on the wrestling team.
Oh, that's
wearing their-
awesome.
Yeah, so like, and I'm mentioning this because Mick Foley, he was a huge guy in the 90s as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, he was a big guy.
So he was he was the world champion in WWE by like 98, 99. So yeah, they went to high school together and they were on
That's
the same
great, yeah.
wrestling team. Yeah, and he was training to be a wrestler, Kevin James, before he got injured. He damaged his back and his shoulders that he
That's
couldn't do it.
insane. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Can you imagine an alternate universe where Kevin
Kevin
James
James
was
James
a
was
pro
a pro
wrestler?
wrestler.
Yeah.
Yep.
How crazy that he only did stand-up comedy.
Instead of the Rock and Sock connection, it was the James and Sock
James and
connection.
Sox connection, yeah. It would have been crazy. And he was huge. Like he wasn't fat. He was like very like muscular and tall.
I do know that he was actually like that he was he wasn't a husky guy in that sense.
Yeah, he
was
got
just,
husky due to
he
his
was just
injuries.
built. Yeah.
He
All
got
right,
husky
and I
due to
love
his
the
injuries.
DJ. We're getting to know a little bit more about our DJ Play Nice. He said we all picked up injuries wrestling. Well, what kind of wrestling were y'all doing?
I actually had built a wrestling ring in my backyard because I wanted to be a wrestler. My character was going to be Carnage Chris Strife, and I had my like finishing move, which was kind of like it starts as the torture rack. It's I think one of the newer wrestlers kind of use it now. It's kind of it was kind of like the torture rack that turns into a like a like
is
you
it the
throw 'em
burning hammer? Is it the burning hammer? Because
it might be. It's something like where you
in
turn
Japan, because
turn them around and it's like a reverse power bomb.
What a burning hammer is like basically it's kind of like the guy grabs you like the torture rack, but he slams you like it's almost like a sidewalk slam, but he's holding you on your shoulders. He's dropping you on your face like.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like a diamond cutter in that sense. Like you
kinda.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
I'd have to show you a video like late, but dude, the burning hammer, it looks amazing, but it could be dangerous.
I bet,
done the
yeah.
wrong way.
Well, I mean, any wrestling move done the wrong way is dangerous.
There was a wrestler named Tyler Rex, who did a safe version of it in WWE for obvious reasons because he didn't want to hurt somebody by accident. The reason why the original move is dangerous because it was rarely used. It was used only for like in All Japan Pro Wrestling by a guy named Kenta Kobashi, and he did that only in certain matches in the main event, and it was special. Like he knew it was dangerous because if he missed it by 1 second or one step, the guy could get paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jamie said van down the river. Down by the river.
Living in a van down by the river. Yeah,
And then
that was
on
Chris,
the right
Chris
track.
Yeah, whoop they freaking do.
Whoop they freaking do. Yeah, that was a Chris Farley SNL skit. He would come.
Awesome.
I forget the character's name, but
It was Matt Foley.
Matt Foley. That's right, Matt Foley.
Which
Actually,
fell on the table, where he fell on the table. That everybody was shocked. And Christina Applegate was there, and she was trying to laugh. It was funny.
Great.
I would like to
Great
go
stuff.
back to focus our attention back over to MTV. We were talking about the changeover in the '90s earlier regarding MTV, and we've spoke with on a regular basis about the Real World and Road Rules. Now, I'm not sure if anybody remembers a Small Live phenomena on YouTube. Roughly about 5 or 6 years ago, everybody was trying to put together these content houses.
Oh.
Oh God, ours would be bananas. I could totally see why they'd want to do that.
Right. Well, those were all based off of the concept of the real world content houses.
Also, Big Brother as well to a lesser extent.
Big Brother to
in
a
the
lesser
UK
extent as
in the original UK iteration, because that was in the 90s over there. We didn't get our version until the 2000s. So
Well,
it's more real world for us. You're right, Dan.
Mhm.
when it
Yeah,
comes to
you
that.
know, and one of the things that we had with those content houses, right, is we had the Real World and Road Rules, and I loved that show. I really did. A lot of people, you know, I mean, remember Puck?
Oh, I think everybody remembers Puck.
And Christina Shizitsky married Tom Segura. She was on one of the first seasons, I believe, of Road Rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a VH1.
Oh, and there is our Tim. He says,
I have front screen.
1996 and 1999, the North Melbourne Kangaroos win the AFL Premiership. Aussie rules football. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah.
I remember Orbit's
Oi,
drink.
oi,
Oh,
oi, right?
Orbit's drink rock, Tim.
So because the talk with like a Real World, it just made me remember a scene where Vern was pissing in a house plant, but I was trying to look it
that's
up,
a
but it was
Surreal
on
Life.
VH1. Surreal
that
Life.
was a
Surreal
surreal
Life.
life. Yeah, that was a surreal life.
Oh,
Oh
honestly,
wow, dude!
okay.
DJ Play Nice says he was a big boy, wrestled at 185 in junior high, and then in high school 220 and heavyweight. Wow.
And
Yeah.
you know we love our big
Awesome.
boys around this house.
Yeah.
Down this hole, we like them big. We like them chunky.
Down here in Texas, we never had a wrestling. Like I tried to get a wrestling, like a not pro wrestling, obviously, but like a
Collegiate
wrestling,
wrestling, yeah.
like
Yeah.
sport wrestling, in my high school, but it never like amounted to anything. But I always wanted.
I think the reason why Theta was because it was only in like say Dallas or Houston or like the bigger areas. Like
Okay, and
Well,
maybe
San
certain
Antonio, San Antonio is actually one of the bigger areas. Like even though Austin's the capital, San Antonio is actually bigger than Austin.
Oh, and DJ Play Nice.
It's just down here in Texas. We just didn't have that. We have football down here. That's the big thing.
Okay, and blessed DJ says I was matched against some huge dudes. Got tired of trying to push around the fattest dude on the school. Put in 300-pound guys, crushed me literally. No, we love you, DJ. We don't want you crusher. Thank goodness you stopped that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it turned
speaking
into
of
a
it-
sumo match instead of wrestling.
And
Which,
Tim says
since-
the real world is why we have a lot of reality shows today. There was American Family on PBS in the 70s, but that wasn't trash.
Right. So back in the Real World days, like that when it first came out in 1992, we saw this and we're like, okay, they were not only were they living in the house trying to get along, but they were given objectives by the producers. They had to start a business, you know, and they had to start a business and they had to make money for the house in order to do things, which was kind of like the thought process, you know. And so like you'll have seen like the reasons why people didn't get along, you know. They were trying to like do a few things regarding like kind of like make a little money for the house. And in Road Rules, they had to get a job in every city that they went to for one day. and not and then they did things, and they also like
Yeah.
then like the alternate episodes they were doing some activities from those locations, and really it gave us the idea that we could do things communally as a group. And when they announced it back in not too long ago, they announced the concept. Paramount wants to bring it back.
But see, here we go again with the remakes.
It wouldn't be the same.
It would
wouldn't-
not be the same.
And that's the
And not
problem.
only
They're
that,
trying to
dude, but
remake all the
they'd
good
be-
90s shit.
But not
So-
only that, dude, but they'd be too like PC about it or too woke about
Oh,
it.
God.
They wouldn't get every facet of life. They'd get everybody that's modernized for this generation, aka manufactured.
Yeah.
Go for it, Theta. Go for it.
I was just gonna say it would be like everybody would be a different ethnicity, but they would all have the same thoughts.
Ideology,
They would all be robots of each other,
Yeah.
just in different skins.
They would have
Well, see-
piercings. They would have piercings on their nose, on their tongue, on their nipples, on their genitalia.
Well,
And
they
they'd all
probably
just
did in the
talk-
first place to a
and,
certain
and there would
degree.
never be a fight because they would all be talking. They would all be agreeing. They'd all be too scared to disagree with anybody.
But that
Yeah,
was the
like-
point. This is the true story of
Exactly.
7 strangers
Back
picked
then,
to
but
live
I'm
in
saying
one house,
now,
work
if they did that
together,
now-
live their lives taped, and find out what happens
But I
when
can
people
honestly
stop
say-
being polite and start getting real. This
DJ
is
Play
the
Nice.
real world. You
It
know,
was very sumo in some matches.
Yeah. Okay.
DJ Play Nice.
So Theta, you did see that DJ
Yeah,
Play
yeah.
Nice said, okay.
Yeah.
but it was their whole opening that I just quoted. I can't believe I remember that, but their whole opening was about not being politically correct.
And
The
that's
whole
what DJ
concept.
says,
But
the
that
real
that
world
would
would
completely
be-
change today.
Yo,
Well,
it'd be
I think-
politically correct. It would
I think
literally
being
be.
that-
Oh, go ahead.
It would be. I think it probably wouldn't be too overly politically correct. Here's why. Paramount is known to be a little bit more right wing than the other companies. One of the reasons why everybody's complaining about DC Comics and Warner Brothers being taken over by Paramount with that whole Paramount merger. One of the reasons why the left is complaining is because Paramount is not as woke about things as the rest of the media. And so while we do see with Ninja Turtles that they still went woke, it's a child's show. So you're going to expect a little bit of political correctness and stuff from some things that you're going to make toys out of. While on the other hand,
Although the movie, the original movie, the live action movie, that wasn't very. I mean,
but
you
that
know,
was also in the 80s when we were a little
no,
bit
that
more
was
gruff.
90s. That was 90s.
Oh, 90s. We were still gruff then. Generation Xers, we were gruff
Yeah.
in comparison to
Yeah.
the into Generation Z.
Oh,
and
I
all
thought
that.
you were talking about 90s still. Sorry.
Right. So no, well, but so like back then it was a lot more gruff. We were gruff. We were used to that kind of thing. There is a certain point where they do, like when it comes to certain media, especially when geared towards a younger generation, that you are going to see more political correctness. And I'm not going to say woke because woke is just weaponized political correctness. And you do see that as well. But I think if they were to bring back, and Paramount does do what they want to do by bringing back the real world, which would probably bring back Road Rules. They've tried that before. It didn't work out because, I mean, Road Rules, let's face it, was not as good as Real World. Nobody cared about watching people go
I agree.
on the dream vacation when I should be on that dream vacation.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
want to watch somebody have
Road
fun.
Rules was basically like the people that didn't get on Real World. They're like, well, let's just put on Road Rules.
Right. You know,
Well,
so
this just goes to my theory that if there's anybody out there that wants to sponsor a, Road Rules kind of a YouTube edition, I'm more than willing to drive the van.
here, how about we why don't we start out the same
Well,
way
they
that
took
you said
turns
that?
driving the van.
This coming 2026, summer of 2026, coming out a year of 2027, when we go down to MegaCon and everybody hooks up. We're going to go and stay at Crazy's house and we're going to do our own version of the real world. With
Yeah.
be the true story of all the YouTubers in our circle pick up and live at Crazy's house together.
Oh boy.
You,
Crap.
you know what
And
was
then we'll
always my
live stream what happens when people stop being polite and stop being cartoons.
and
We
start
get
being
real
real.
at Crazy's.
You know what was always my favorite stunt that they did a lot was that zip line. They would get like go to like the highest points of a mountain, and they would have like a zip line going all the way down over this like beautiful mountain with
They
trees
did that
and
over
everything.
and over. I think that was like the most overused thing that they did on Road
But,
Rules.
but I always wanted to like I had a smaller one in my grandparents' backyard. You know, it didn't go very far, but you know, it was enough for, you know, a kid to be like, "Yay, we!" You know, it was just something that like that's the kind of stuff that I love. I love
We had that at
roller
summer camp.
coasters and those that type of stuff. That always really excited me to be able to go do.
I remember we had that at the summer camp that I went to when I lived in Oregon as a kid. And I found out a few years back that they got rid of it because they said, "Oh, well, people can get hurt," and they let kids use it. And I'm like, "Come on," you know. But then again, once again, most of us here are Generation X,
X
and
yeah.
we are rough.
or right on the verge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of us in that generation, we're rough. We got scraped knees, and we didn't cry about it. You know.
Well,
And I just have to give a quick shout out to Brain Shatter because he says that Paramount needs to reboot Pimp My Ride with him hosting. And
Oh,
I say
God.
amen and a boom shakalaka to that one.
You can pimp my ride by how about just fixing it.
Hey, you know what?
Yes.
For those people who are keeping up with the media right now, it'd be a good idea. I've always been a big fan of. You need to fix up the older vehicles because they're making changes in vehicles that will make it almost impossible for people to use them. With the
But that's the point. They're trying to
Ford wants to have your biometrics
yeah,
in order to drive. They want
exactly.
to put cameras in your car. Ford has just announced this. They patented technology to be able to read your eyes to see if you're able to drive.
Yeah.
And,
I've read that too. Yeah.
and so like what we need to do is we need to start driving older vehicles.
Yeah.
We need to start fixing up older vehicles.
Mm.
Now, I
We need
understand
to
people
learn
want the
how
biggest and
like
best.
we need to learn how to like be mechanics so that we can we can see what should be in there and what shouldn't be in there and
The
fix it
greatest
ourselves.
question is of all this is who's teaching Alice to drive a stick shift? Because I drive a stick pretty good,
I'll
but
teach
not
you.
the kind that goes.
Yeah, that was what I learned on Bronco too.
Yeah, I learned on a stick shift myself.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was my first car too. The
So
Bronco
you're all
too.
volunteering, is what I hear. Nice.
Yeah. And the Bronco 2 was actually a very hard car to learn to stick shift on because you really had to let off the clutch a lot more than like it was very precise where you had to have that clutch before you could get put the gas on. When I got my Honda Civic, it was really easy. I mean, just anywhere between like push, taking off the clutch and having it all the way out, you could pretty much start, back the car out or
Absolutely.
start the car.
But I do agree. Paramount should bring back Pimp My Ride. Fortunately, thanks to Pimp My Ride, you do have a lot of these shows like what's his name? Jesse James, who fixes up motor
Yeah,
vehicles.
Jesse
and bikes.
James, and also the Harley Davidson. I forgot the name of the.
Yeah,
basically customizing vehicles.
Yeah. So I mean, because of Pimp My Ride, you do have shows like that, and unfortunately, they're not. Where do you watch those shows? On cable networks? Because first of all, because of the modern generation, these kids today they want the newest and best. They don't want like classics. Like I keep on talking to my son, and he likes the newer cars. And yeah, the newer cars, they do have things that are better, and they are cheaper to repair to a certain degree because that's where the tech is. And you don't have like when the older cars when they when they stop making them, they stop making the product, and you have to go to third-party catalogs or replay
Oh.
third-party replacement things.
Yeah.
And kit.
Oh, and
and
now
kit
we're
catalogs.
gotta talk about the vehicles because DJ Play Nice has a 1970s Mercury Cougar that's been garage for 30 years now. He only drove it 3 or 4 years. Brought everything I wanted to upgrade to the 351C and the ignition system and parked it. Oh,
See,
brain chatter's
I,
gonna
I
go
wish
with
I
it.
knew what that meant. Like I understand 30 years ago and drove it for 3 or 4 years, but upgrading 35 1C ignition system. Yeah.
He's gonna put the big guns in it.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, with everything going the way it's going, plus we have a lot of classic cars out there that is just sitting there rusting. Have you been to a Pull Your Parts? Like, these car graveyards that people are just like,
Yes.
these.
That's where my car is going to end up if I don't fix it.
I every time I go to one, I'm saddened. I'm saddened by the automotive from the 90s, that's
Oh, he
dying.
says DJ Play Nice says 351 Cleveland.
Oh.
I'm just saddened by these old vehicles. But yes, they should bring back Pimp My Ride. And I think that like shows like these that we had back in the 90s that you don't see much anymore. And when you do see something that's kind of inspired by, those shows are on networks that you can't that you either are behind a paywall, and even then, like a lot of these networks are being taken off of cable television and brought over to streaming networks, and so like now you have to pay a paywall for that too, just to be able to watch it, watch certain things.
And if you do love those Pimp My Ride cars, please check out our brain chatter who does a Pimp My Ride cars Where Are They Now show. Little plug for him. We love him.
Yeah, I got to watch that show.
It's
Definitely
good.
next time you do a live or
I'll have to drop
post
it.
a link in the chat
I
so
will.
that way we can make sure that we all watch it. But yeah, classic stuff. And when we think back to those shows, those reality shows, and we're like, because in chat it was mentioned about Survivor and a few of those other shows that also had a lot to do with like kind of like where reality TV was brought in the 90s, Fear Factor. Now you had like Fear Factor was like, what if you were to get like stunt, have people do stunt stuff and kind of go about like some of the same stuff that you'd see like in some of the Road Rules stuff where people were doing the when they brought Road Rules to LA and they had the Road Rules doing like acting jobs for the day. You remember that those episodes of Road Rules when they did that? It was later seasons. And that was very much what you got from Fear Factor. But once again, they brought in regular everyday people. Here, eat these cockroaches.
Oh, and that was always the words with the bugs and the box. The box and
When
the
they
bugs
put the
and
box
the
on the
stick in
head
your
and-
hand.
To quote Nick Cage, the bees, the bees, the bees. Sorry.
It's okay. Case, during all this time, did you oh, here we go. Big boy in the house.
Howdy.
Welcome,
How's everybody
Brain
doing?
Chatter. Tell us what you got going
Ooh,
on.
pretty Volkswagen thing.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
so
you knew
that's
it
a-
was a thing.
That's my wife's car. I got her on when they changed shops from West Coast to gas. This was the second car that they did. And this one was actually the first car that they did. And this one's going to need a full resto.
Aren't they
It's amazing.
pretty?
It's a 77 Malibu.
Oh man.
And at the moment, it's covered in crap.
I'll tell
But
you
hey,
what.
check this out.
So your wife owns that pretty Volkswagen thing. Volkswagen thing was one of my dream cars when I was
Yeah.
young.
That one
Oh,
was on
it's-
Pimp My Ride. Both those cars are Pimp My Ride cars.
Jamie says, "Ooh, hot cars, they are."
Nice.
What do you think of my wall?
It's looking so good. I love it. I can't wait till you know who sees it.
So I'm all wedged in the corner. I'm gonna keep going with the Tennessee plates in the same line and kind of see if I can go around the whole garage. And then up above, I'm gonna put the out-of-state license plates going.
Have a good
Yeah,
day,
well,
DJ Play Nice.
So, because I have quite a few plates to go through.
You do indeed.
So, trying to make the most of what I got. So,
Nice. That is one beautiful Volkswagen. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah.
Someday I may have to ask you to pimp this thing for me.
My other Volkswagen, when I wanted when I was a kid, was a Carmen Ghia.
the poor man's Porsche.
Yeah. Oh, but look at that Volkswagen thing. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. You got
Now, this
yourself
is-
a beautiful
This
thing.
has something that no other Volkswagen has. This actually has a padded interior. They did one hell of a job to this car. It's even got the Naugahyde covers. It's got aluminum plates. It's got a center tunnel that doesn't allow me to put my foot in.
Do you take her to auto shows?
I try. It actually hasn't been moved in a good little while because I ended up getting super sick. And the last time that we took it out was for a Christmas parade. And then on the 23rd of that year, like 2 weeks later, I damn near almost died. And
Oh,
the alternator overcharged the batteries and it fried them. And so
Wait, what
it
does the
did not-
license plate say? Wait, what did the
Whoopies.
license? What did it say?
Whuppies.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah, the alternator had gone bad and it overcharged the batteries at like 15 volts and it just cooked the crap out of both of them. And so I didn't have a way to start it and it took me months to recover. I did get the alternator swapped, but I have not had a chance to put the new batteries in. But are you guys familiar with the magazine Car and Driver?
yeah.
Yes,
We
yes, I am.
are.
Car and Driver is coming out next Monday.
Yay!
Well, it's the 11th. And they're going to take pictures of me and my wife and the cars.
Oh,
I
So-
didn't want to spoil the surprise, so thank you for letting us for sharing that with the panel and with
Yeah.
the chat, and whoever sees this on rewatch.
If you guys like tuner cars, this is my long time car. This is my Neon, and it's filthy as all get out, but it's also custom as all get out too. So even the main frame, I don't know if you can see it down there. Even the main subframe, I took out powder coated blue. So
Damn.
very pretty. So
Nice.
Nice. Oh, and
Tim says my granddad had a 1968 Dodge Charger with about 20,000 miles on it when he died in 08.
Oh,
Dang, Tim.
yeah.
So that is our brain chatter, everybody.
yay.
Thanks for showing us.
no,
And
no worries.
he's great about doing a show and tell with all of his toys because the
Yes.
toys don't just are not just the end in his garage. He's got a house full of toys, beautiful show and tell. Him and his wife are both great into collectibles, and even he's got some big drawings of some of the stuff from his comic book.
And I've even got that.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, don't figure out full screen, full screen.
Oh God. Oh God, that hand freak.
Oh God, I love it.
Move over the horse. The fish is back. The fish is in town.
Hey, Beach.
I think it's freaky.
I
need to-
love it.
I need to go ahead and do something with this that kind of mirrors Snow Dub.
That thing.
The fish break.
Amy says, oh, shoot, what did I?
What do you do?
There we
Patient
go.
buttons. Okay. Jamie says she still drives her Mustang, her
Right.
white Mustang. Oh,
It's a
riding the
Mustang
white
named
horse,
Sally.
Jamie. Yeah, that's no dub reference, but okay. White horse, black horse.
That one's if you know, you know.
That's it. If you know, you know. Sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, but it's like I was trying to avoid that.
I know, but she brought it up, and I was just like, we're talking about fish heads and horse heads, and you know.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
We're gonna have to get wrapping this up soon too, because Stata has his show coming up.
Yep.
So do we go ahead and
We could
get
go
it
ahead.
around so he has time to?
Yeah,
Everybody
well,
has time to get ready.
Yeah, why doesn't everybody start plugging their stuffs and things so we can?
I do have to get the.
Okay.
That's what she said, joke in.
Yes, Tim, because that's always what she says.
All right.
So,
Ready with us?
KJ Cowboy Dan, what do you have going on?
Well, King and I are rocking a brand new show. Episode 3 is going to be coming out. I don't have a graphic for you yet. I've been kind of delinquent as last night I was up until 4:30 in the morning hanging out with our friend Richard. So I lost my voice talking about it. But on episode 3, King and I will be talking about who should be writing the IP storylines of IPs when they're owned by toy companies. As recently within our group, there has been a little bit of discord about whether or not the toy companies are ruining the storylines of the IPs that are based around toys, particularly Ninja Turtles, that even though they're based around a comic book, more toys have been put out since the comic books, and the IPs have been getting mixed up. Also with franchises like Transformers, G.I. Joe. So if there's a toy wrapped around the franchise, we're going to be talking about it. And we're going to be talking about whether or not the IPs are the IP holder is screwing up the lore and storyline of those toys. So join us for that Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where King and I will be rocking out with another episode of Cowboys and Kings.
Okay. And King Style,
What are you gonna say?
you with us? You want to plug anything, or you got Dan? Dan went ahead and covered all the bases. Okay, King's muted, which that happens. Say, do your thing, Beb. Theta.
So,
Everybody
Yeah.
stop.
Beta had to
Alright.
step away for a second. I believe he's setting up his channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Casey, tell us who you are and where we can find you.
well, I am Casey from Casey's Creepy Creations. If you enjoy good self-written horror and videos, you're in the right place if you come to my channel, Casey's Creepy Creations. I hope that some of you might come over, give me a subscription, and if you're already a subscriber, a like and a share would be lovely. Also, as to where I'll be, let's just say anywhere with anyone who you are currently seeing on the screen that is not me, I will probably be making some kind of appearance at in the very near future and loving it every minute.
Oh, we love you too, Kate.
All right, I'm getting this
Well,
line.
you know, I hope that I bring something to this little barbecue we call life.
Oh, wait, and we got the link. Yay!
I don't know why it doesn't show in that list. Okay, there it is.
Okay, and there's Casey's link if anybody would like it.
Go
And
ahead. Got anything to say? Rain
check
shadow.
her.
Yeah, just come and check out my show. Pretty much Alice said it. I cover all the Cars of Pimp My Ride for all the versions around the entire world, because a lot of the foreign countries had cars. There's about 200 cars that were done. So there's an awful lot of them. There's only 72 done in the U.S. So, do any of you use TikTok?
No, we don't have one.
I have a TikTok. I'm just very neglecting of it.
All right, and
So
there's the
TikTok
link in
has
the
a
chat
feature
for Brett.
that it'll let you know when people are viewing your profile. I had it pop up today, and it said someone you've interacted with and you follow looked at your page, and it was Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast has come
No
on.
way.
Yeah, Mr. Beast has come on when the shop manager from West Coast for the first 2 seasons is named Q, and
Yeah.
he's trying to kind of bring back the show as well. He's doing Still Pimpin', and I'm friends with him, and I was watching his live stream. Mr. Beast actually popped in and chatted a couple times with him and was like, "Oh my God, I love that show. I love that show. I love it." It's like, dude, pay me and I will go get up all the cars and put them back together.
Oh, that is freaking smashing. Like, I don't even have words for how awesome that is.
Yeah. So he didn't follow me, but it said he's viewed my profile, and I believe I've seen that before. So
Yay.
who knows? Maybe I actually have a plan for the trunk because the Malibu had a UFO theme, and
Ooh.
the shop when they did it, his car was really half-assed. It was one of the worst ones. It wasn't the bottom. It was, I think, number 10 of the bottom 10 or something like that. So it's not the worst, but it's pretty damn close. I want to do a laser tag setup so you can actually. I want to hook it up with AI laser tag so you can actually run around with the laser tag guns and shoot the car, and the car will shoot back.
Okay,
the trunk.
that's wicked. That will get me like driving your way just to play with it.
Yes,
That's so
and then Mr. Beast has a toy line called it's like Mega Beast or something like that, and he's got this setup where it comes as a giant flask, and you have to put stuff in it, and it's got a smoke machine built in. When you put the stuff in, you activate it, and you go through the launch sequence, and then you drain the flask, and then you open it up, and you get your monster toy out. I've got one of those that was thrown away, and I'm going to give it new life in my trunk, and I'm really hoping to God that he'll look at it and be like, "That's the coolest thing ever, and that deserves a sponsorship. Here you go."
Okay.
Well, I hope you get it, man.
I know.
I do
I
too.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what Car and Driver with their pictures and their little interview amounts to.
I hope it's good. I was talking to my buddy that also helps me track down the cars, and he got me the Malibu. And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "Wait, they're sending someone out to you in Tennessee." And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "You're getting in the magazine." He goes, "This isn't going to be an online article." He goes, "This is going to be in the magazine." He's like, "This could be huge, dude." And I'm like, that's pretty much what I was thinking. So fingers crossed.
I can't wait to be like, I know them. I know them. I know them.
Yep. So fingers crossed. Hopefully this pans out.
I will cross parts of my body that have never been crossed before.
Well, don't hurt yourself.
Well, look, dude, one of the things about being disabled is you have very little feeling throughout your entire body. So it's very difficult not to hurt yourself when you move.
So should we call you the human pretzel then?
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of why I'll need you to put my ride someday, because I'm just afraid that someday I'll bend and I won't be able to unbend, and I'll only have like one finger to drive the chair with.
Well, I'll let you know. My mother-in-law is moving out here with us, and she's had a whole slew of health problems, and she just got a little mobility scooter, and she's like, there's things about it. She goes that I really like it. She goes, and there's some things I don't like and I want changed. And I said, like what? She goes, the model of the thing is called a Pride. And she goes, that's the maker of it. And I said, okay. And she goes, it's emblazoned on the seat. And she goes, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, I know exactly the ones you're talking about, dude, because I've seen them. People wanted me to buy one of those before I got talked into these things, and for me, they were very difficult to steer.
Oh, great.
So Data.
Okay, and since we, oh, go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say, since we don't know, since Theta's probably setting up his show, and we
Yeah.
don't know if he will be back with us before we end in 2.5. We did drop Theta's link in the chat. He is
Thank you
nerd
so much.
technology. He is trying to get his new channel up and monetized, and that is where we'll be heading over shortly.
Yeah, and KJ Cowboy Dan and King have been rocking it. They're tied with they have the same viewers subscribers as me, so I need to get on the ball on that. But yeah, everybody, you know what I'm all about. I just on my new channel, I explore the connective threads between films, TV shows, anime, cartoons, comic books and literature, and ambiguous plot threads that you might not understand, and ambiguous endings that kind of leaves you guessing what might have happened. So I philosophize, as you might say, on what that could be, what it might represent, and the symbolism there. And if you like that kind of stuff, and if you like how to see how good storytelling is made, come check out my channel.
Aw, thanks, Say. And as always, I'm Alice. He's Crazy. You can find us on Crazy Horse 1985. We love collaborating with everybody on our panel, in our chat. We have so much work to do, so many new shows. If you guys would out there that see us live on the replay would like to see us do something, drop a like, drop a comment under the video, under the live stream replay, and we will get to that.
We'll catch you over on Thetas.
We are enjoying doing our Saturday night 7 Eastern Standard Time Off the Cuff with Alice. Happy hour is also at 7 our time on Mondays. Each and everybody is welcome. And if you will open the camera for me, my button pusher. Camera. I just want to say thanks, guys, for being here. Mwah, mwah. Big kisses, big hugs to everybody. Thanks for a great night. I'm Alice in the flesh. And we love y'all. And we'll leave you guys with this. Hit it.
Night, y'all.
They
Crazy horse saddled up tonight, chrome horseshoes and a crooked grin. Alice of the hole and leaves the show. Say, go on, let's jump right in. We don't need a rabbit, baby. Turn the page, every sign says follow me. Underground got a party now and everybody's on the scheme. Down the hole, crazy horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole, topics got teeth, but we still roll. Sky's the limit when you're down the hole. We don't care, we're headed home. Tinfoil theories really go deep. Black helicopters in the rain. Every stranger says I've seen it. Every answer, conspiracy's the same. Alice keeps her cards up high. Our friends keep the chat alive. We laugh when the topics spiral, cause the weird ones help us drive. Turn the page, every sign says follow me. Underground got a party now and everybody's on the ski. Crazy horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole. Topics got teeth, but we still roll. Sky's the limit when you're down the hole. We don't care, we're headed home. our names. Maybe the maze is built to change. Alice smiles. You ready? Crazy Horse says, let's go deep. Let's get crazy in the fast lane. Add a little bit of barracuda to the vibe. Yeah, head first, no map, just vibes in the void. Rabbit clock broke, now we killing the noise. Chat go wild, every theory deployed. Truth in the chaos, yeah, we came to destroy. Cards on the table, but the deck feel cursed. Laugh in the dark, but the timelines burst. Alice got secrets in the sideways verse. Crazy Horse riding like a cold reverse. Spin that wheel, let the madness choose. Tinfoil crown, but we never lose. Underground kings with the rebel grooves. If the sky falls down, we just change the view. Mirror talk back, say you're one of us. Maze got teeth, but it's never enough. Dive so deep, now the pressure's trust. Down the hole, now we became the dust. Down the hole, Crazy Horse, take control. Alice calls, come on, go. Forget the rabbit, down we go. Down the hole, top has got teeth.